Shoot.
Oh my goodness.
You could be the one.
She could be the one.
He could be the one. He could be the one. So, Mr. Chris decided to have a new theme song for today.
What?
But welcome to the Strong Marriage Live podcast.
Yeah, we late on the other stations here. I'm getting those together. My eyes be watering.
So, today, that was my phone. Today,
I don't even have my coffee.
we are talking about what, as you can see on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
7, which is my favorite number, 7 ways to build inner strength
I like 7 too.
and walk away from toxicity.
Wait a minute, say that one more time.
Toxicity.
No, 7 steps to what?
7 steps to build inner strength and walk away from toxic relationships. Yeah, so today is a very important topic.
Yes.
And it's a hard topic,
It is a hard
but something that we've got to face. So, first, who are we? Hey, I'm Coach Tanisha, your marriage coach, and this is
Coach Chris, your leadership coach.
Yes, and together we're here to help you to create the relationship that you desire.
Yes, that's why we're going to talk about walking away from a toxic relationship.
Yes.
And things that you can do.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to give you 7 steps. So this is your chance, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
And Facebook later on.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is your chance to get your drink and to get your journal,
Mm-hmm.
your pencil and your paper.
Picture pages.
Picture pages. Yeah. So get all that because we're going to give you these 7 ways.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to want to, get that information down so that you have it to remember, right?
That's right. So let's go ahead and go with recognizing. First step,
Mm-hmm.
recognize at the signs and acknowledge your feelings.
Yes.
So step 1, to recognize what's happening and honor your feelings, because it is about your feelings, not about the other person's. You have to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
First, if something feels off, it usually is.
Yep.
So if you feel something's not going right, or you feel that the person's not talking to you right,
Mm-hmm.
generally that's real.
That's real. And you want to make sure that you take the time to acknowledge those
Mm-hmm.
things and really pay attention to those red flags, because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you get used to it.
No.
And the flags don't even register anymore.
It's like maybe your partner's actions don't match what their words are, or perhaps
Mm-hmm.
you constantly feeling drained.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I will compare this to your relationship or your marriage to work.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at work and you just feel your boss is talking down to you, or you feel your coworker, your peers talking down to you,
Mm-hmm.
same thing should be felt in your relationship,
Right.
because it's the same exact thing. If your partner is talking down to you or disrespecting you, you have to do something about it, just like you would do something about it at work. If you don't take it at work and you feel disrespected at work,
Mm-hmm.
you should do the same thing at home.
Right. It's easy to brush things off, but by acknowledging your feelings, you're already reclaiming a piece of your strength.
Yes.
So you want to take some time to reflect on the signs and ask yourself if this relationship is lifting you up,
Mm-hmm.
or is it weighing you down?
Yes.
Yes, you want to
'Cause
look at the scales.
You don't want to go into work. You don't want to go into home and just feel totally drained, like you don't want to be there. Like,
Yes.
Something's just not going on vacation,
Mhm.
and you're on vacation, but you dread going on vacation because you know there's going to be an argument. You know something's not going to be right. Something is just going to drain you down. If you feel that way,
Right.
it's real.
It's
It is real.
Yeah. Even if, you think about it fleetingly, maybe
Mhm.
it's not so fleeting. Maybe those things, you have to recognize the patterns
Yeah.
in your relationship.
Yeah, just like at work. Like I said, just like at work. If you
Right.
feel something, if work is that toxic for you,
Right.
what do you do at work?
Mm.
Either I'm going to go to my union steward,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to my manager about it, or
Mhm.
somebody above the person who's I'm having an argument with,
Mm-hmm.
or feeling disrespected, to see if they can correct it,
Right.
or I'm going to leave that situation.
Right. And you have to determine when is that time where you need to leave that situation.
Yeah. I mean, the goal is to keep everything together and to work out everything and use all the conflict resolution things that you have, all the tools that you have.
Mhm.
But if that toxic relationship is not getting better,
Right.
it's not helping you, it's not growing anything, then you have to look at other options.
Or, hear me out.
Whoop.
Why would we choose? I'm talking to the unmarried people. If you are currently dating
Mhm.
and you are seeing signs of toxicity, if you feel like you are in an episode, a real life episode of Love and Hip Hop or these other
90
reality
Day
TV shows,
Fiancé.
yeah, if you feel like you're in that,
Mhm.
why stay in it when you have the option to
Right.
go? Why submit yourself
To
to
that.
that?
Yeah, where the person is disrespecting you all the time.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're,
Why would you try to work that out
Yeah.
when you have that option?
there's too many options out there for you, and there's somebody designed especially
just
for you that
Mhm.
matches your spirit, your soul,
Mhm.
your soulmate. There's somebody out there just for you. So if that
Right.
person's toxic to you,
Mhm.
there's somebody exactly opposite of that person.
Right.
That's out there
Someone
waiting
who's
for you.
there to strengthen you,
Yeah.
to encourage you, who is the wind beneath your wings. I'm not saying they're God. I'm
No.
just saying that on earth, this
It's,
person
it's
is
they're going
helpful
to
for
edify
you.
you. They're going to
Yeah.
lift you up.
Make
they're,
you better,
They're going to make you better, because the whole point of a relationship is that person to make you better.
and you make that person better.
There's nothing that you wouldn't do for that person and that person
Right.
wouldn't do for you.
Right.
And they make sacrifices just so you could be better.
Right.
And that person makes sacrifices just for me to be better.
Mhm.
That's what
right.
you want.
So step number 2,
Embrace self-worth.
and self-love.
That means you're worthy.
Yes.
You're worthy of everything that you want.
Mm-hmm.
You should have.
Mhm.
There's nothing that says that you don't deserve it. I don't care if something happened in your childhood, when you were young, when you were growing up, that you did something that you felt, oh, now I need to be punished. No, you don't.
Right.
No, all that stuff is in the past. You need to worry about now and the future. Embrace that you are worthy and that you deserve everything that you want.
Right. For example, I know of many women who in past relationships or just in their childhood have experienced such trauma, such as a parent leaving, like a parent just abandoning the family, and they have issues with people leaving them. Or those who have
1 out of every 4 women are
Yes.
raped or sexually molested.
date rape. Yeah.
And I want to say it was a study that was done in England. And I even said England, but yeah, a study was done in England that 85% of the women have been either abused, verbally abused, or attacked in the workplace.
Oh, wow.
So, and then of course that happens to men too. So let's not make it apples and oranges,
Right.
but it happens to men too, that the same thing does happen.
Yeah.
I mean, and we don't speak up. A lot of times we keep it down inside of us.
Yeah.
So, and men have been raped too.
Yeah.
This has happened too. Or men have been sexually assaulted. Or are you in the workplace and a woman does stuff that you feel is inappropriate, but
Right.
there's nobody that you can tell.
Right.
I mean, and you feel, well, maybe I deserved it because I put myself in a situation, or I wore something that wasn't appropriate, or I did something, so now I deserve this and I don't deserve anything that's better. No,
That's not true.
that's not true.
The point of this step is to recognize that God has declared that you are worthy. And you say, Tanisha, how can you say that
He said that.
with all the things that are going on and what I've experienced? Because he has done everything for you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you're not a Christian, maybe you are a Christian. You're like, what are you talking about? We have to really read our Bibles as Christians to understand the entire Bible is like a love story. It's a story of reconciliation from God to you. So he desires to shower his love upon you. He has already made it available. You have to recognize it and receive it. He has declared that you are worthy. You were so worthy and you are so loved that he sent his only son to die in your place. Because we all deserve hell, because we're all sinful people.
And
we all deserve
hell. I got a thing for you too. This is not just for the Christian.
Right.
This is for everybody. He said
everybody.
that everybody's
worthy.
He sent his son so that everybody could be worthy and you could have everything. The difference is those who accept that they're worthy.
Right.
So you can be worthy, or it's like saying you win $1 million, but you take the ticket and put it in your pocket.
Right.
and you never take it to the bank to cash.
You're already a
You're
millionaire.
already a millionaire, but if you never accept that you're a millionaire,
You don't get the benefit.
you don't
of
get the
it.
benefits.
And the same thing with the Word of God. And you are loved. You are the beloved
Yes.
of God.
So
Now, whether you accept that or not is up to you.
So you have the self-love, you have the self-worth, you
Mhm.
have everything that you want. You just have to accept it.
Right.
I have to accept that I'm worthy. I have to
Embrace
accept that I
it.
have everything.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I have no words to say,
Mhm.
but I am worthy.
Right. And often people stay in unhealthy relationships
Because
they don't believe they deserve better, or they think, oh, because I've had multiple children,
Mhm.
I'm not going to get any better, or because the experiences of my whole life have been bad, then
I don't
that's what
deserve
I'm going to
anything better.
continue to get. So
Mhm.
I don't have any other options. So I'll stay in this mess that I know is not good for me
Yes,
because I don't deserve better.
which you do.
You do.
So
You absolutely do.
the third step, of course, with this, since you have to understand that part, is you have to set boundaries.
Yes.
That means boundaries to protect your energy.
Mhm.
So we all leave the house. We all have that hyped up thing. We drink our coffee, we listen to music. We do whatever we need to do to have our energy correct.
Mhm.
You have to protect that energy.
Yes.
So I was about to take this to work again. You gotta have the energy when you go to work, and you gotta protect yourself from those bad people.
Yeah.
When you come home, you gotta do the same thing. If that person, you come home and they're automatically start arguing with you, they're yelling at you, they're disrespecting you, they're doing everything. They call you at work when you know you're busy,
Oh, wow.
or send you texts that know it's hitting your buttons to get you to react
At work. Yeah.
That right there, you have to set your boundaries.
Mhm.
When I'm at work from this time to this time, I'll put my phone on do not disturb,
Right.
or I'm going to do this. You can't contact me at this time.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you know what? When the person shows up at your work,
Right. Ooh.
that's another sign of toxicity.
Mm.
They're just going to pop up on you.
Unless they're popping up, unless it's your spouse popping up with a trench coat with nothing else under it.
Even if they're pop up, that is incorrect. That is wrong. That is wrong.
You didn't like my pop-ups?
I like your pop-ups, but you always have to tell someone that you're going to pop up, because work is a serious place.
That's true.
And you don't want work to show up at home. Hey, Chris, hey, how you doing? I need you to do this project here.
That is right.
And no, those are two separate places.
And decency and order.
Right. So when you're at work, work is work.
Mhm.
Do not bring this here unless it's an emergency.
Right.
And unless I text you to
Or a
open it
lunch
up,
break.
or a lunch break, and I text you or you text me, and I'm like, okay, let's hook up for lunch, let's meet. Then yes, that's appropriate. But you have to set those boundaries.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it builds up toxicity. It builds up, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Crossing the boundaries.
Crosses the boundaries, and then you start separating, and then now you're looking for something different.
Oh, wow.
You have to
That's
set those
good.
boundaries.
Did y'all get that?
You have to
Okay.
protect your energy in everything that you do.
You got to protect that. So yeah, you start with small boundaries, whether it's taking time for
Mhm.
yourself or not accepting certain behaviors, but you are responsible for training
Yes.
people how you want to be treated.
Yeah, based on your needs and well-being.
Mhm.
It's
So,
not based on the other person's need.
right.
First person you got to take care of is going to be yourself.
Mhm.
And then once you can take care of yourself
Then you can
and
take care
love
of others.
yourself, then you can take care and love the other person.
Right. Protecting your emotional space. Your mental space.
Emotional damage. Remember, boundaries are a sign of self-respect.
Yes. You
Not
gotta
respect,
yourself.
self-respect. They're about creating space for yourself,
Mhm.
even if it means stepping back from somebody who doesn't respect you.
Oh wow. I mean, and you have to be brave enough to do that. You have to love yourself enough, yourself, to recognize someone is consistently stepping over my boundaries. They're disrespecting me.
Yes.
If someone is consistently disrespecting me, it's not just like a one-off thing.
No.
Then that person has no respect for you.
Yes. No respect for you.
No respect for you.
And just like I said, just like if you wouldn't let this happen at work,
right?
You can't let this happen at home.
Exactly. If you wouldn't allow anyone else to talk to you this way, why would you allow your significant other to talk to you that way?
Who's supposed to be lifting you up?
Yes.
That's your partner. That's your
Right.
back.
That's your equal.
That's your equal. That's your person. If you need something, you can call them at any time, and then they're with you,
right?
Support you, your decisions, everything.
Yes. So
number 4,
talk about step 4.
Develop a support system.
Support is, when it comes to children, we always say it takes a village.
It does take a village.
Well, guess what? You never stop needing your village.
No.
You always need a mentor, a person that you
Mhm.
can talk to, even if that's going to be a third party like us, or
Mhm.
relationship coaches,
Send us a
or
text, send us a DM, send us something. Women DM her, men DM me, but you have to have that
you have
mentor,
to have support.
somebody you can ask a question to.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of times in toxic relationships, they isolate you from your
Yes.
family, from your friends. So no longer, oh, I don't like him. I don't like that
Right.
person. I don't like her.
Mhm.
You need to get rid of them. I don't want you to talk to them. They disrespect. No, you need to reconnect with your friends. You need to reconnect with your family,
With your family,
or even your
especially,
support groups,
Mhm.
so they can lift you up.
Right.
Your
So
whole
they can
part.
help you see the flags that you don't want to see. Because sometimes
Yeah.
when you're in love, or you're in, infatuated with a person, you will
have blinders
ignore.
on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you'll have those blinders on and
Yes.
not pay attention to those flags. But your support system can help you see those things.
Yes.
So if you have most of your friends and your family saying this person's not right for you, hello, that person is not right for you. They recognize the flags. They
Right.
understand the things, the ways they are disrespecting you, the ways that they are not showing love to you.
Now they have to come up with concrete, constructive
Yes.
examples and things that you do, because they could be toxic too.
Yes.
But you have to look at those things that are better to reach up and expire. Just like if you're work with somebody, or if you're working to improve yourself, you hang out with people who are above where you are,
Yes.
so you can raise yourself to that level.
Right.
Marriage, relationships, the same thing. You want to go out with people who have relationships that are
good ones.
Yeah. Ones that you want to be able to match up
Healthy
with.
ones. Yeah.
So if I have somebody that has broke up with a bunch of different people, and they're cheating on the person,
Yeah.
that's nobody I want to take their
them.
advice. I don't want to hang
Right.
with them. I want to hang with somebody that has a 20-year relationship, a 50-year
Yeah.
relationship, even a year relationship, somebody that's been consistent,
Right.
so that I can mirror myself to be just like them.
Right. You have to build that support system that's going to help you. Toxic relationships can isolate you.
Yes.
And you don't want to do that. So once again, as Chris said, reconnect with your friends and family, or even support groups who will uplift you.
And then look at your partner. If your partner disrespects or doesn't have a relationship with their family,
yes,
if they can't keep friends, then maybe there's something that you need to look at.
If they're always complaining, always down, and only see everything as bad, that's not good either, because your good character will be corrupted by theirs.
Remember, you can't change anybody.
Right.
You can't be the hero in their relationship. You can't correct somebody. You can't give them.
You can't save somebody.
You can't be, how you would say, Captain Save-A-Ho.
Oh,
you can't do that. Just like you can't do it. You have to just work on yourself and find somebody who wants to make you better, just like you want to make them better.
Right. You should be looking for and involved with a person who is going to bring out the best in you, to make you the best without diminishing themselves or you.
Right.
It should be an equal thing. It should be mutual love and respect. So your support system can offer an objective view of your situation.
Yes.
And sometimes it takes that outside perspective to see things clearly. So don't be afraid to reach out. Don't shut out your support system. Listen to what they're saying, and be brave enough within yourself to be able to take the steps that are needed.
Right. So let's go to number 5.
Step number 5.
This is of 7. Number 5 is
practice self-care to rebuild emotional resilience.
Self-care. It means practice taking care of yourself.
Yes.
So when you have a toxic relationship, your energy is often drained, like we said before, leaving little room for self-care. That means time alone by yourself, so you can reflect, meditate, and understand where you are at this time and where your goals are going to be. So this is when it's needed most.
Yeah.
Is when you're in those type of relationships.
I mean, we're talking about basic stuff like you're not so emotionally weighted that you're able to, go get your hair did,
get your hair done, get your nails done.
Yeah.
Take time to just be with yourself and just talk to
and
yourself.
to feel good. You know how you just feel great about yourself, about life, about everything. But when you are in a toxic relationship, you don't have time to stop and smell the roses.
No, you don't.
You don't have the time to be concerned about, yourself and your appearance and how your emotional and mental well-being is.
Mhm.
So if you get to that point, hello, that's a flag letting you know that this relationship is not good for you.
No, if you have to go home and the first thing you do when you get home is I need to decompress 15, 20, 30 minutes in the driveway before I ever walk in the door,
Right.
because I know something's going to happen.
Oof, that's
a flag.
Yeah, that's a flag.
That's a flag. You should not have to do that.
Mhm.
You should be at least able to come into the house and sit down in your house
Right.
and sit down and do what you need to do and be able to talk and communicate and say, hey, I'm going to take a break for about 30 minutes, then we'll talk after that. But you shouldn't have that dread coming in.
There should not be a dread in your relationship.
No.
A dread of, oh, I gotta go home and listen to this mess. Oh, I didn't do what he said, so he's gonna be upset. I know it's gonna be some drama, or things like that. And of course, definitely no name calling or hitting or anything like that. But the red flags that we're specifically talking about, that is like automatic, you should know that you're in a toxic relationship, are like, of course, violence, verbal abuse, cussing you out, calling you out your name, belittling you, excessive criticism, not constructive, but just everything you do is bad, or every idea you have is stupid, or everything you decide to do is not good. Yeah. Stuff like that. You need to have time where you are calm and peaceful. And if a person that's in your life does not bring or may help you maintain that calm and peace, you have to understand this person may not be best for you. We're not saying they're a horrible person. Everyone is going through something. Everybody is working on something. But if them working on themselves is not good for you, maybe they're dealing with just being, having horrible habits, and they're working that out. Maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship until they finish with that work, because it's going to pour over into your life.
Yes.
So you have to protect yourself. You have to shield yourself first before you can get in a relationship and try to help someone else. And you definitely don't want to be involved with someone who is not whole. Allow them to be whole. You can be their friend, but you don't have to date or be in a relationship. You can be their friend and encourage that self-worth, and encourage them to become whole, and encourage them on their healing journey. But you should not be romantically involved with them during that process.
No. Remember, self-care is going to be essential for you maintaining your inner strength. That means, remember, when you prioritize your well-being or yourself first, you're more equipped to make decisions that are good for you and your relationship. So if you ever feel that, like I said, I keep saying this, if you would not accept it at work, and you know how important it is for you to have yourself together at work, it should be even more at home.
Right.
And a lot of times work and home starts to blend together, and you have that toxic in both places. The root cause is from one place. It's from one place.
Don't step in those boundaries.
It's blending in. You have to make sure you take self-care for yourself. That's why everything at work right now is like, hey, self-care, self-care, self-worth.
Right. Because they want you to be good, so that when you come into work, you are presenting your best self.
Yeah, but remember this: if you die tomorrow at work, they do not care. They're going to replace you. You don't want that at home.
Right.
You
definitely don't want that.
That one thing that I read about the wife and her husband had died, but she's going to miss the funeral because she was on vacation, a pre-booked vacation. And she was like, I can't waste this vacation. But she was like, oh, I'll make it back for the will, though. And for the reason, that's somebody who's just going to replace you. That's a toxic relationship that you should have never been in. So understand who you're with, understand what you're doing, and just, deal with it.
Thank you, RJ.
Don't need to.
If you won't do it at work, don't do it at home.
Don't do it at home. That is facts. Nobody wants that.
Yes.
So number 6, visualize your future free from toxicity.
Yes.
I don't want to live in a relationship that's going to be toxic. And if I got to think about how I want it to be, because I believe Dream and figure out what you want your life to be like. What's your
look
relationship
like,
you want to be like,
Mhm.
and then work backwards to achieve it. What do we need to do? Oh, we need to have vacations.
Yeah.
We need to do our vacations every seven months.
Mhm.
We need to make sure we go on a date every single week.
Mhm.
What other things can we do to really? We need to communicate. We need to talk.
Right. Right.
But if you have a toxic relationship, dream, visualize how you can get out of that toxic relationship. What you
Yes.
need to do.
Well, you have to visualize first what you want. What does your ultimate dream relationship, what does that look like?
What does it look like? And if you can't get out of it, if you don't know how to,
You need to get
You need
help.
to get help.
Yeah.
You need to find a mentor,
Mhm.
a coach, somebody that can talk you through
Somebody.
what you need to do that has this proven success
Yeah.
of their marriage or their
Right.
relationship.
Right.
That
Right.
just give you a little bit of advice here, a little advice there. But what do I need to do to make sure I'm with my soulmate? Somebody's going
Get help.
You need to get help. Get a partner. Get somebody that you can talk to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can't talk to, like I say, safe space grows the longer you are with the person. You can't tell a person everything immediately.
Mhm.
You have to get to that level.
Right.
So you can't come to
You
somebody.
don't want to bury them.
You don't want to bury them
away.
Like, what the hell? What the heck? You didn't
I'm
what?
not getting involved in
Oh,
it.
no. Let's ease into that.
You got to build that trust.
Yes.
As you build the trust, the safe space.
The safe space
increases.
increases.
Mhm.
And until you can talk to that person about the safe space, you still need somebody to talk to about it.
Right.
Find your mentor,
Mhm.
find your coach,
Mhm.
your relationship coach. Find somebody that you can talk to about it that's not going to be judgmental.
Your pastor.
Yeah.
You know.
But not everybody has a pastor.
Mhm.
That's why we have mentors and coaches.
Yeah.
Somebody you can talk to that's going to be non-judgmental, but tell you like it is.
Right.
So
right.
visualize yourself free from toxicity. Visualizing a positive future can give you the motivation to make it a reality.
Oh yes.
Picture yourself as your strongest, happiest self,
Mhm.
and hold on to that vision.
Yeah. It's not just wishful thinking.
No.
It's about reinforcing your desires and what you deserve. A life of peace and fulfillment.
You speak what you want.
Yes, you have what you say.
And you'll have what you say. My biggest fear is that my wife is going to have a cheat on me, or our work is going. That's my biggest fear.
Well, guess what? You're bringing it to you.
You're going to bring it to you. That's going to happen.
What did Job say?
It was my biggest.
Yeah, the greatest fear has come upon me.
Yeah, and that's what that means. You start having faith
For
your fear,
Mhm.
for those things that you scared of most, because you keep speaking it into existence.
Whatever you think on is what's going to make you feel a certain way.
And that's why a toxic relationship is so dangerous,
Mhm.
because now you're thinking of all the negative things that's going to happen when you get home
Mhm.
or with that person. And
Yeah.
guess what happens?
You're going to have it.
You're going to have it.
Exactly
And it
what you're
happens
gonna have.
every single time you come. That's why you dread going home, because you know what's going to happen. And because you know
Mhm.
that you know that you know,
And you know it.
and you know it, you now have that because you knew it was going to happen.
Right.
So now if you have faith and you believe that, oh, this is going to be a great relationship, this is the things that's going to happen, this is what I'm going to do,
Mhm.
then you're going to have happiness when you come home, because you know this is going to happen. Can't do it with a toxic person.
Right. So I was going to say,
Can't dream over a
here's a
toxic
little
person.
note for that.
Yeah.
You cannot dream over a
A
toxic
bad
person.
relationship.
So if you are thinking good things, if you are speaking what you want, and then you come home to find
all
this person,
negative.
then flag, hello. I mean, it's a sign for you
Yes.
to let you know maybe this isn't the person for you.
Or that person needs to go into counseling or talking to somebody
Right.
also just with you, so they can
Right.
recognize what
They
it
need
is
to
that
recognize
they're going to
that,
get.
hey,
What is the root cause of why they act like that?
mhm, why are you a manipulator?
Ooh,
Why are you controlling? Why are you financially abusive?
Why are you like that?
Yeah.
Why are you
What
like
has
that?
happened to you that has caused you to do this?
Yes.
And now it's just your pattern of life, your way of life.
Remember, each step is a step forward, and
Yeah.
freedom and joy. You don't have to take massive leaps. You don't. So number 7, take
Mhm.
action and commit
Take
to yourself.
Action.
Commit to you.
Yeah.
Because remember, you can't change the other person that you're with.
Right.
You can only change yourself.
Mhm.
So you can pray for the person, you can wish for that person, you can try to help that person, but you can't change them.
Right.
The only person you can change is going to be you.
And you can't help a person who doesn't want to help themselves.
No.
So some people at certain times in their lives do not want help.
They don't want help.
They don't want help.
They're happy in their misery.
Some
You
people
know
love
those
misery.
people. Everybody knows those people at work
Right.
who are happy,
Being
they're
miserable.
miserable. And they want you miserable.
They want you to miserable too. And they're mad because you're happy.
And I run into those people all the time because I have joy in everything I do, no matter what it is, no matter what's going around me. I'm happy because I know I have joy.
Yes.
And it's going to get better.
Right.
It always gets better.
Mhm.
But some people don't like that. If they don't like that, it upsets them and they want you upset.
Yeah, they want
They
you
want to
out.
see you. They want to see you upset. They
Mhm.
want to see you mad.
Mhm.
They want to see you just like them. Well, how come you don't get angry? How
Right.
come you're not doing this?
They don't want good for your life.
They don't want good for
And
you.
guess what? You have to recognize that. You
Yes.
have to recognize this person is not for me.
No.
Even look, I know some of you are thinking, well, I love this person. And you know what? That's fine because God wants you to love people. But that does not mean that you have to stay in that relationship.
Okay, here's one for you. I love it here at work. Oh, work is the best thing for me. I love this place. Yeah, that place is toxic to you. I bet you won't be saying that. I bet you're going to be looking for another job immediately. Immediately.
Right.
You're going to be in the union steward's office. You're going to be in the manager's office.
Right.
You're going to be in somebody's office.
Put in applications
Hey,
everywhere.
This person is just, I don't like this person. I hate coming here to work. I hate it. I'm finding a new job. Hey.
Mhm.
If you're going home, it's the same situation. Why are you not doing the same thing?
Right. Take up for yourself at home too.
Yes.
Each step forward is a step to freedom and joy.
It is a step to freedom and joy.
So it may be scary to say, let me sit back and reflect on my relationship. Let me see that, do I feel encouraged in this relationship? Do I have to deal with things that are unnecessary and I don't want to deal with?
Yeah.
Are we hitting conflict and then resolving it?
What is the goal of this relationship?
Right.
Are we
How am I
working
being
together?
helped?
I mean, that's when you start having your weekly meetings and you start going, but hey, I don't want to have no meetings. I want to go to, that's a flag.
It's a flag.
They don't want to get better.
Right.
They don't want to edit. They don't want to help you get better. They don't want to help themselves. They just want to stay right where they are in their pit of despair.
Yeah. And are they hearing you when you do come to the table to talk? Can you get your thoughts out? Are your thoughts valid? Are they wavy to them? Does it mean something? Do they always want their way and there's no compromise?
Are you sitting there and they treat everybody else better than the way you treat you?
Ooh, Lord.
Why do you disrespect me in front of my friends?
Mm-hmm.
What is it
Right.
What is that?
Right. Yes. So we have listed several signs and red flags to let you know that you are in a toxic relationship. And in our final thoughts, because we're a little bit over time, but in our final thoughts,
now for TikTok, this thing was acting up today.
We want to let you know if you're feeling overwhelmed, you are not alone.
No.
Everyone has been in a relationship that has not been good for them. And we know how to get out. And so we're giving you these 7 steps.
So let's go through our background. 31 years of marriage.
Yes.
Went through every single thing that you could imagine in a relationship and a marriage.
Almost everything.
But the first 2 years, let me tell you, the first 2 years are the hardest part because the first 2 years is your foundation. And if you can't set your foundation, a lot of times relationships will grow apart. And by that 7th year is when you're done.
Yeah.
So it's not the 7th year itch. No, it starts back in the first 2 years. So the first 2 years, you build your foundation and then you start putting on the blocks of the rest of the house once it goes from there. So the whole point of our relationship is that we wrote everything down, the things that worked for us in 31 years, the things that did not work, how we communicated, all the things, even the intimacy parts, we put down in books just so you would understand exactly what level that you need to get to at what time, your milestones, how to work it out, how to figure out
how to get that marital bliss that you desire.
And it's like I said, it wasn't easy. It was not easy, but at least we wrote it down for you so you have it as a
manual.
manual,
Yeah.
a manual,
Some help.
some help,
A
so you
marriage
understand.
support that's
Right.
going to help you become better.
So even if you
Yeah.
don't have that mentor or coach, which we can always be for you, you have this book that you can read and understand
Right.
how to find your true soulmate.
Mhm.
So you can go ahead and download a free copy of the first chapter just to see exactly what it covers. And that first chapter is nice. It's at the stand.store/Chris Zariah. Download your free first chapter copy
Mhm.
and understand what it takes to actually find your true soulmate. Because you don't want to be in a toxic relationship.
No.
You don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like you're an imposter, like you should not be married,
Right.
or that you don't deserve the marriage that you're in.
Mhm.
Take your time. It may feel like things are overwhelmed, that you know that, but you're not alone. You're not
Right.
alone. We've worked with people. We found strength to walk in a way and thrive, and we
Yeah.
believe that you have that strength too.
You have the strength too. You just have to make the choice. It's
Yeah.
all about a choice. No one wants to, end a relationship, but if it's the best thing for you, then you should do that.
Yes. We always want everybody to work out the relationship that they're in.
Yeah.
But if
you're married, work it out.
But if you're in
Work
a
it
toxic
out.
relationship,
Yeah.
you're being abused.
Mhm.
The person is talking down to you all the time,
Yeah.
disrespecting you,
Mhm.
and you're not able to work it out that the person is going to be able to edify you.
Right.
It's time to look at other things, just
Yeah.
like you're at work. It's
Mhm.
time to look and put some applications out.
Time to put some
Time to
applications
put some
in.
applications in and understand what's going on. I mean, we got all the journals and everything that you can work out and sit down with the person,
Yeah.
but it takes two people.
It takes two people.
First
Both of you
person,
have to be willing.
Work on
Yeah.
yourself first, but then that other person has to come in and be with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the goal is togetherness.
Yes.
It's togetherness. And if you're not together, then it's not going to work. But
Don't
look at what you can do when you're together. You can have marital bliss.
You can.
You can just be enjoying the time of your life and set an example for other people who also are married.
Yeah.
So we are over our time today. We are so glad that you have joined us.
I enjoy it.
I hope that you have taken some notes and got the 7 steps down. I hope that you would, watch this again so that you can, hear some of those flags that you should be watching out for and evaluate your relationship if you're dating.
Can you run through those 7 steps real quick? The 7 flags real quick.
I don't know.
What?
I'm just playing.
Huh? What?
The first step is that you're going to acknowledge that you're in one, okay? Because you need to tell yourself, hey, you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second step is to, oh my goodness, I cannot. Mm-hmm.
You got
the
it?
second step, I'm working on it. Yes.
The
second step
is
to embrace your self-worth and self-love. You have to love yourself.
Number 3, set boundaries.
Set boundaries to protect your energy, your peace.
Number 4, develop
a support system.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, you're going to practice self-care to rebuild that emotional resilience.
Number 6, visualize the future free from toxicity.
Yes, Lord. And number 7, take action. You got to do something.
Commit to yourself.
Yeah.
I need to get everything that I'm worth.
Right.
The person I'm supposed to be with, the house I'm supposed to be in, the car I'm supposed to drive, the job I'm supposed to have.
Right.
I'm supposed to have all the best of the best.
Right.
And trust me, there's somebody out there that matches me that will be the same way.
Yes.
And if you both are together and united in that same vision and that same goal, nothing will stop you, because it says where 2 are gathered.
Okay.
But
there I will be in the midst.
Yes, you can accomplish anything. But you have to have that second person with you, agreeing with you, not tearing you down, not being that crab in the barrel, pulling you back and pulling you back down because they're happy that you're miserable because they're miserable.
Right.
Not everybody's made to be miserable. And I'm not one of those people.
Well, I'm not one of those people.
No.
So thank you for joining us for Strong Marriage Live. This is Coach Tanisha reminding you that you can have the marriage that you dream of. You just need the tools to build it.
And I'm Coach Chris, and I'm sorry, TikTok, that we came in late, but the computer was updating. Well, I'll make sure that I put this back in there in bits and pieces so you'll get all the rest of the things and you can watch it because it's a lot of good knowledge. Hit our stand store. How to Find Your True Soulmate, book
Yes.
1. It is a revelation of 31 years of marriage, and it will help you
Help
guide
guide you.
yourself
Mhm.
to understanding who you are, and what you can have. So stop by, get our free chapter, stand.store
Mhm.
/Chris Zariah.
Zeriah. Zeriah.
Yep. Now take on the day.
Bye.